Hello and welcome. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about library mods and bundles. I'm gonna go more in depth with the guides that are already out there and clear up some misinformation or outdated information. And I'm also gonna go more in depth with things like how to order the bundles inside the description file, how to order your Frosty Mod Manager, like the load order, how to find the correct hair bundles, etc. I'm also gonna go in depth with how to export to modder because this is probably someone's first time ever modding, so it could also be useful information to have. Essentially, this is going to be a master guide, so I'm going to go over a lot of information and this is going to be a very long video. So I'm very sorry about that, but there is a need for it. So without further ado, let's get going. First, I want to point out some tutorials if you want a smaller guide that is not as big as this and just have the most essential information. June's YouTube tutorial is really good. I have links to it inside my written guide, which I'm gonna link into the description. I'm gonna bounce off this guide, by the way, so you will see this one quite a lot, which also means when you watch this video and you don't understand something, you can go look inside this guide and to see if there's anything that clears anything up. Otherwise, join the Frosty DAV modding server and I can help you in there. There's also a second written guide by Rain, which is also good if you're more the written type person, if you learn better from there. PinkyDude also has a guide for Frosty Mod Manager, specifically if you have issues with that. Or in Gabbett's beginner guide on Frosty Editor, because we are going to use Frosty Editor for this. I'm gonna go over the problem real quick because I believe it is important to understand the why, so you know why and how and the solution. It will also make it easier when you actually create your own library mod because you will understand, okay, this is why, this is how I need to do it. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna explain what a miss swap mod is. A miss swap mod is something that replaces another miss with something else. A miss can be anything. It can be an NPC, it can be outfits, it can be props, it can be many different things. But some of the most common mods you will see on Nexus that will need a library mod because it essentially replaces something is NPC replacement, companion replacement, rook replacements. It can be hair swap mods, both for rook, companions, and NPCs. It can be outfit armor mod swaps, also for rook, companions, inquisitor, NPCs. It can be miss mashups. It can be weapons overhaul. It can be starter gear overhauls, and many more. Example, my own mod here is a miss mashup that takes different items from different outfits and put it in place of another outfit. So that is, for example, a mashup or a miss swap mod. So why are they inherently incompatible? Well, this is because they all edit a file called the description file inside Frosty Editor, which means when one mod is using the description file, another mod can't use it. So the mod that loads last is the one that's actually going to show up correctly, while the others can't get the reference they need to. And I have a little more in-depth explanation here, but I'm going to show you one of the most important parts. If you're unsure about if the mod you're using is a miss swapping mod, there's one really quick way to find out that. You load it into your Frosty Mod Manager, and then you check, go over here and find it in the left side, and you click on it so it's highlighted like you can see I've did here, and then you go to the right side where it says description, and you can see this now pops up. In this box right here, where it says affected files, if you see this one here where it says level, root, root level, description. Then it alters the description file, and then you will need to put it inside a library mod as well. So the solution is to create a library mod, or it can also be called a bundle list, a bundle mod, a personal library mod. There's many different names for it, but essentially what it boils down to is that it takes all the edits from the description file in the different mods and places them in one mod. But the issue with that is that there is a limit to how many bundles that can be placed inside a library mod. The limit is 197 bundles, and this was PinkyDude that found out this first via the swap library. It is a really good read. I recommend to go to the web page and read through it if you want to understand more. I'm just gonna quickly skip over it so you get the essentials. And if you have more than 197 bundles in your library mod, then you would not be able to start the game, or you will begin to see very big errors such as graphical errors, etc. So yeah, but it is recommended to stay around 100 or under 100 because you can still crash if you get too many bundles, such as like 120 for example, and some people experience crashes in Ducktown. Okay. So how do we set up a library mod? One thing I really want to note is that in both Rain and Yoon's guide, they both say to use the super bundle section. That is now a false information. It came out after they had made those guides that those were not needed, so you only need to focus on the bundle section. I will show you in this video, and I will show you where not to put things in. But it's just to clear that up because a lot of people have questions about that. Okay, I recommend if you are a visual person that you may stop and pause the video while I do stuff and then follow along. I have linked to my own mod and to the bundles that I'm going to be using just so you can follow along. You don't need to use this mod, but it's just a suggestion. If, however, you're the person that just need to watch everything, just watch and I can show you. Okay, so first step is that you're gonna find the mod that you want to use. I have my own mark and mesh mashup that I'm gonna be using for this. Make sure you download it, put it into the Frosty Mod Manager, etc. But for this, download Frosty Editor, and I hope you have set it up. If not, pause and go read Gabbett's guide and set it up, and then come back to it. I'm just gonna go straight into it and assume that you have set it up correctly. Okay, so you will see this, and you will be thinking, okay, what I'm gonna do now. The first things first is that you need to find the file you're gonna be editing. I like to type in the description because the file is called description, and you do that up here where it says homepage, data explorer, and then there's a box where it says only modified is there. Here you can type and then make sure to press enter, and you will think, oh, but it doesn't come up. Yes, it does. It's because these are all folders that you can expand up and down, as you can see here by the arrows. So go down to levels, and then you go down to root. There's another folder you can expand, and root level, again another folder, and root level. Here you go down to the left. You can see this box here. It shows the description file right here. Right click it and open, or you can also double click. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is that we need to expand the bundle section. Remember, do not touch super bundles. Do not do anything with this. It's not needed, even though other guys says it. It's because it's outdated information. Go down into bundles, and you should see that there is 4 items, and it starts from 0, so it's going to go down to 3. To expand bundles, you can click this one right here, this little arrow where it says 3 or 2 or something. These 3, leave them alone. These are needed for the base game. Okay, so to create a new bundle or to create a new line, you just right click and click insert after or before, or you go up here where it says bundles and go to the side and click the plus sign where it says add new item. I'm just gonna press after, like right click, insert after. You will now notice that there's this empty line. Remember to expand it so you can actually see the empty line. And then what do I do? Well, you go into the mod page from the mod that you're using. In this case, I'm using my Morgan mesh mashup. I already placed the bundles on the site, so I can just copy paste it directly from here. Not every modder does, but if they're not on the mod page, I will show you how to find them yourself in Frosty Editor, but later on in the guide. First, make sure that you have it copied, like highlight it, copy it. You can do it by Control-C, or you can right click and press copy. Just have it copied. Now we go into the Frosty Editor and we paste this into the empty line. And we're gonna do this for all the bundles. Make sure that you place them in the same order as the modder has placed them in, because the bundle load order is important and can be tricky. I'll show later in the guide on how to do and where to do it. Okay, next bundle. And here we go. And you just keep doing it. I'm sorry for the silence if you're not the type for awkward silence. But now we're done. And that is basically how you set up a library mod. There's a lot of copy pasting that you need to do, but yeah. But another important thing is the bundles matter in the load order they are in. And it matters specifically because there's different kinds of mods that requires different kinds of load order. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about this, but in my guide you will notice that I have this picture right here. And it's basically the logic that the A bundles, the ones that are placed on the top of the load order, example if I go into Frosty Editor right here, the Morgan bundle will be able to replace things at the bottom. And the B bundle can't replace things placed above it, like the A bundle, but it can replace the things at the bottom or the things that comes after. Same goes for C. It can't replace anything up above it, but it can replace anything that's below it. The same with D. It can't replace anything up above A or C or B, but it can replace E bundles, which are the ones below it. It took me a minute when I first saw this picture to actually get it, but I have created a terminology that might be easier for some to understand. So the terminology is basically target and source bundles. Target bundles are the ones placed at the bottom. It's the thing that you are replacing, it's the thing you do not wish to see in game. Example, if you have Lucanus that are replaced with Viago, Lucanus' bundle will be the target bundle, the thing that is replaced, while the source bundle is the thing you want to see inside the game. it would be the Veilguard bundle in this case. And you can actually see this in the library mod I just created. You will see this right here where I have the Morgan bundle. This is for her outfit. And then I have the outfit that I have replaced, which is the hazard suit from the dailies. And I have that at the bottom. In this case, it would mean that the Morgan bundle is the source bundle, while the dailies bundle is the target bundle. In case you understood the picture better, it would mean that the Morgan bundle is the AA bundle, while the Nev bundle is the BB bundle, and the knife bundle is the CC bundle, and the Sita bundle is the DD bundle, and lastly the dailies bundle is the EE bundle. I hope that makes sense. If not, you can join the Discord server and you can ask me that, or look inside the guide, and hopefully that clears some things up. If you want to see how it looks like when the library is a little bit bigger than just one mod, I do have another mod open here where you can see that I have a lot of bundles in. But basically, let me scroll up here. Basically, you will see that I have placed the NPCs up here first, because this is only a library for outfits that replaces Rook. If it's a library that replaces something for, let's say, Lucanus and Reupload again, the bundles would look quite a bit different, where some of the NPC bundles would be below. I have more about this in my written guide, but basically, again, remember the target source, AA, BB, etc. bundles. The things you're replacing, bottom of your bundles, like bottom of the load order in the description file here. And to be clear, I do not mean in Frosty Mod Manager. I do mean here in this very file here, the description file. Always place the things you're replacing down at the bottom, while the things you're replacing with, meaning the things you want to see, place above, so up here. I hope this makes sense, and if something is unclear, please check out the written guide and see if it makes more sense, and if not, please join the Discord server, the DAV Discord server. I'll link it down below in the description, since I have turned my YouTube comments off. Okay, now we are gonna do to the next step, and I will check the guide here where that is, simply so you can follow along in the guide. Okay, the next step is how to find bundles. As you saw before, some modders do like to place the bundles that they have used in the description file, like I have done. Otherwise, sometimes they also do it in the post section, as I've done here, because it was quite a bit of bundles, as you can see. But if they're not on the mod page or in the comment section anywhere, then you will need to actually find them yourself. As there's a few different ways to do that. Since I have a mod that uses Morgan, I'm just gonna use that. Let's say I didn't post the bundles at all, and you would need to find out the bundles for my mod here, this mod here. Okay, I need to find all these things. So I'm gonna go into Frosty Editor. The first thing I'm gonna do is type Morgan, because sometimes prominent NPCs such as Morgan, Solas, companions, etc., you can just type their name into Frosty Editor and they will pop right up. And Morrigan's bundle specifically will be under actors, and then like characters, actors, Morrigan, and then this FHF body, Morrigan 01. And as you can see, some stuff is gonna pop up right here. To see the bundle specifically, you need to go here where it says log, bookmarks, bundles, references. Click on the bundles section. It's gonna show up as nothing right now, but when I click something here, you can see that something pops up. So, as you can see in the description file, I have this right here, the general purpose bundle. So when I copy paste it directly from here, make sure you are not copy pasting Win32, because this makes it so the bundle will not work at all. And the bundles you are using, make sure always ends in auto bundling. Otherwise, again, it will not work correctly if you do. Just copy paste it right here. Let's say I didn't have it at all here, and bam, that's how you do that. Now, sometimes bundles or items are not named after what they are in game. And this can be outfits, it can be character creation stuff, it can be anything. And then what do? Because you can't just go back and just look through all of these files manually. Well, luckily, some of the modders have made texture magics. I'm just gonna have it right here. It is under heavy work in progress. There is still a lot of items that are not added yet, because it's a lot of items they're gonna add in. But many of the majority outfits is already in. But if they're not in here, please go check like the outfit you're wanting, or item that you're wanting to search for is not in the matrix. Please go join the Discord server and see if there's other people that have found it. Sometimes, more often than not, they have. Let's say you want to find something for another mod, like piercings for Rook, and in the description file it says, oh, it replaces the Watcher's Robe, the dark variant. Okay, but what if she didn't provide any bundles? In this case, I know the model did, but just a what if. You then go into the texture matrix, and then anything you can do is press Ctrl F, and then you can search on what it's called in game. So we know it's called the Watcher, and then I just clicked up and down, and here it comes. And they will provide like how it looks like, the icons, etc. Again, it is a work in progress, so some of the things are gonna be missing. But in this case, the dark variant, it has the name, the like where it comes from, which faction, etc., and the name for it in Frosty Editor, because more often than not, again, the name will be different than it is in game. In this case, it's called A body DAL Rub 01A. Okay, so I go into Frosty Editor, and then I basically typed that out, and it was A body DL Rub. And as you can see, there will be a few folders coming up. Usually what you're looking for when it's regarding library mods, it will be under factions or gameplay. In this case, I know it is in fact in factions. And then another folder will call up that is Dalish, and then appearances. And there's going to be 3 variants. What again did the texture matrix say that it was? It's the CR1A. Okay. So that will be under here, where it says models. So you can see there's quite a few items here. So what we are going to do is that you press type first, This will sort it after the type of file, and will make it easier to find what we are actually looking for. So what we are looking for is the one that's called symbol appearance, and we just scroll down, and then you see quite a few here. Ignore the metal ones. Don't click on the metal ones, click on anything else. So I choose the one that's called item body. As you can see, that pops up quite a different few bundles here. Make sure that you only copy paste one into your description file. One bundle per outfit should be enough. Okay, so I'm gonna copy paste this down here, and I am gonna place it at the bottom because I know it is a target bundle. Target bundles, as I said before, it is the thing that is gonna be replaced, and this is the bundle for the dark watches robe. Okay, so if you're using the piercing mod, it's obviously going to be replaced, which means it is a target bundle. And now we're going to find the crow casual, which is the thing that is going to replace it. So that will be the source bundle. And we're going to find it inside the texture matrix first, and then find it in Frosty editor, just so we can get this going and see how it is done. I already found it here, as you can see, and it is called this right here, A body crow BSE 02. Okay, go inside here and we type that out. Did I do something wrong? I probably did. In this case, if this happens, just delete things, see what comes up. Okay, here it came. Oh, there was quite a few that called that. So here we go, and I typed it wrong, didn't I? I did, probably. There we go. And I know it's 02. So I go down here, press models, and find the symbol appearances. When they are different meshes and different kinds of stuff, make sure that you compare the bundles to each other and take the bundle they have in common. Okay, this has 3 bundles. This also has 3 bundles. You can see there's a slight difference here. So this one here, that's going to be different. Don't take that. Take the ones that are static and don't change. So this one up here, the first one, is probably good. And since this is a source bundle, I'm just gonna click off the Morgan here and just say after. Boom. And now if I export this to mod, it should load up in the game. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to hair bundles. They work in the same way. However, the bundles are a little bit different. And that is because of the setting hair strands on and hair strands off. If you're unsure about what you're using, please pause the video and load up your game and check before you move further. If you have hair strands on, you don't really need to worry about anything. You can essentially just move on. However, if you have hair strands off, you will need to pay a little bit more attention, and I will point it out when you need to do so. Okay, first up, we already know that you need to find the hair first. For example, there is a really popular mod on Nexus called NPC Hair for Rook. So we're gonna find the bundles for that. We know there's one bundle for Morgan in there, so again, I'm just gonna type Morgan. And instead of going into HF body Morgan, we're gonna go into hair instead. And you can see that comes up. Press on the one called models. You're gonna see quite a bit of different items here. And the one we're gonna focus on is this dry and bind asset bundle. If you have it by name, it's gonna be quite down on the list. If you sort by type, it's gonna be like the second one. and you're just gonna copy this. Again, make sure not to copy Win32, and then we are gonna have it up here. Just paste it after more again here. Okay. Now for the hair strands of people, you need a secondary bundle. You need a bundle called NPC Light Convo bundle for any NPC. In this case, it is Morgan's NPC that we're going to focus on. So you're going to click through each of these items until you find one. Okay. And the second item already had, if you're sorting by type, if it here, it is a little bit down. So you can see this one here, the middle one says NPC Light, and then template, name characters, NPC Light Morgan, Convo. We need this bundle. It will not work if you don't have this bundle, and it is essentially. And you're gonna need to place this above the strand bind asset bundle that you just placed in. So right click on the bundle that you just placed in and then set insert before. There we go. Some mods, such as Flynn's hair for Rook, does not have any compatibility with strands hair off. The same goes for any hair that replaces like NPC hair. This is because they are missing this NPC Light Morgan Convo. For Flynn's hair specifically, it is because there's some settings that probably needs to be changed on and off depending on what they did and how they built the mod up. You can try ask if that's the case, the moderator, if they're gonna make a compatible version, but respect a no. Otherwise, you can come into the Discord server and we can see if there's anything we can work anything out, like help you make a mod, or you can post in the thread market if you want somebody to make a compatibility mod. But otherwise, you will just need to accept that some mods will just not be compatible with hair strands off. But that is that, basically. Now, for some NPCs, such as Solas, you actually need 3 bundles in total, and not only 2. So let's type Solas, and go down to Characters, Actors, Solas, find his hair here, and press Models. And then you're gonna press down until you find the one bundle that is called General Purpose NPC Young Solas. This is because there's 2 essentially Solas in the game. There's one of him older and there's one young. The young one has the hair. So that is the bundle we're gonna use, and then you just copy paste it and paste it in. This one will need to be above, like say the name Convo here, like the NPC Light Convo bundle was instead for Solas, the same with the strand bind asset. It would need to be above here. So it would need to be above the other 2 bundles, like so. I can quickly just illustrate it with the rest of this. There we go. And then I need, make sure that this is in the right place here. NPC Light. There we go. So again, to repeat, the bundle for hair bundle should be, if it's someone like Solas, remember to have the general purpose bundle above NPC Light bundle, and the strand bind assert bundle. For everyone else, just remember that the NPC light bundle should be above the strand bind assert bundle. That is basically it for like for hair bundles, and how they're a little bit different because they have a different bundles that you need to use, and there is some difference in settings. But that is basically it, and I hope this makes sense. If not, read through the guide, and again, just join the Discord server and I should be available there. Okay, now we're finally at the point where we can export the mod. So how to export the mod? You just basically go up to Files up here and then press Export to Mod, and this will come up. It will probably be blank here with auto for you too. So just fill out everything like title, library mod, and Echo.maze, and version. I need to do that. You need to do that as well. And category you also need to do. I just always choose either gameplay or cosmetic. I choose cosmetic because, yeah, it is whatever. And if you wish, you can click on this and find an icon that you wish to have, and you can just type anything in your description, whatever, and then press save, and this comes up. I recommend, if you're someone like me that likes to have it tidy and organized, that you have a folder for your FP projects and a folder for your FB mods so they don't get mixed up. But yeah, then just call it something and library mod. Done. Now it is saved as a library mod, and I can just quickly show you here that it will come up here. But now that you have exported the mod, we will need to talk about load order in your mod manager. So open your mod manager, like I have here. Don't mind, I have extremely many mods, and I have lots of meshmobbing mods. But the mod placed at the bottom is the mods that takes priority. This means your library mod needs to be placed at the bottom of the load order. This is to ensure compatibility between all your meshmobbing mods. But remember, it is only compatible with the mods it has the bundles for. Okay. Otherwise, the load order doesn't really matter unless you have mods that conflict with each other. And then it is decided by the mod that is placed below the other mod it conflicts with. And that will then take priority. I have a more in-depth guide on this, which I link in my description as well. Just so if you're unsure about to handle different things, I give a little bit of tips and tricks about it and go more in depth with it. But yeah, that was everything I believe for library mods and bundles. If I missed anything, please contact me via the Discord server, and I will gladly add up a follow-up video and add it into the written guide as well. And if there's anything you're unsure about, please make sure that you read the written guide as well. And if you're still unsure about anything, you can contact me through the Discord server. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope some of it helped.